So here is the tail of the tape. Arianna Errigo coming through the top of the order. We're missing out on that big fight in the round of 16 where she took out the world number 2, Isora Tibus. There she is, silver medal last time. Martina Favaretto getting a little bit carried away there, wanted to get straight out. You can hear the music pumping, but they're just being held off a little bit. They're going to come through those 2 doors just either side of the center line. In fact, almost bang on the on-guard lines on the 14-meter fencing piste. And if you are new to fencing, this is foil. It's a weapon of convention, it's called. That basically means that the referee has to decide who the attacking fencer is. If you're being attacked, 3 options. Get hit, run away and make your opponent miss, or block with your blade. If you do either of the last 2 things, it's your turn to attack. Target area is just that torso, covered by the silvery jacket, the lame jacket as it's called. And you've got to hit your opponent with the tip of your sword. Are you ready? Indeed. Arianna Errigo has looked ready all day. She knew she was going to have a tough fight at the very latest in the 16, and she took out the world number 2. She powered through Romanian Calogăreanu in the quarterfinals. Also ready in the lineup, Martina Favaretto from Italy, an all-Italian first semi-final, world number 6. The 21-year-old has taken 2 World Cup titles this season, plus the European silver medal. Italian number 3 and the world number 4, Alicia Volpi, 31 years old. She's ready to rock and roll, that is for sure. She got a gold at the World Championships in 2018 in Wuxi, a silver in 2017 in Leipzig. She's had a cracking season herself. Breaking up the all-Italian affair is the USA's Lee Kiefer. She is the world number 1. She is the Olympic champion from Tokyo. She got a bronze medal both in Cairo last year at the World Championships and way back in 2011 in Catania, the last time the World Championships were held in Italy. The lineup of the referees taking control of the semi-finals, presented to the crowd here in Milan. So the semi-finalists from the second match disappear through the doors that they came through, because we are almost ready now for the first of the women's foil semi-finals at the Fencing World Championships in 2023. Arianna Errigo, the left-handed world number 23, ignore that world ranking, it's a bit misleading, goes up against the world number 6 and teammate Martina Favaretto. So here we go. Errigo takes on Favaretto. This is a big ask for Martina Favaretto, but youth perhaps is on her side. Nothing to lose. I think the expectation will be that Errigo will be the favourite for this, but the very knowledgeable crowd inside the Miko Arena here in Milan know what they're talking about and will be equally supportive of both fencers. Mohamed Fajani gets the match underway. 3 periods of 3 minutes to decide who's going to make it through to the women's gold medal match in the women's foil competition at these World Championships. And Errigo landing a remise of the attack, but it's all about attack for Errigo. That is her de facto go-to approach. Already taking a little knock to the sword hand. Get a little look at this on the overhead. A little clash of guards maybe as they were coming up into Prem. That's when they invert their hand at the top. And it's not what Favaretto wants at the start of the match, having to stretch out her fingers. Also looked like there's a technical issue with Errigo's foil. Well, what more can you expect after the delays we've had today? In fact, the technician down there is looking at the earthing on the piece. The piece itself is earthed out so that if the fencers hit the metal surface, no light comes up. President of the FIA there in the background on the right-hand side, Emmanuel Katsudakis, gave a great speech yesterday at the opening ceremony. Honorary president of the Italian Federation was on the left of that shot. There is Katsudakis, president of the International Fencing Federation. Giorgio Scarso is the other VIP guest here this evening, former president of FIS, or Italian Fencing, and now the honorary president. And there he is. Good evening, Giorgio. Buonasera, I should say, really. Well, that's the earthing clip that needs to be attached to the piece to stop the light coming up when the fencers hit it. Favaretto looking on. Errigo will be used to this at 35 years old. She's got bags and bags of experience. '71 major individual medals in the bag for Arianna Errigo, including 10 World Cup wins, 2 World Championship titles, 2 European titles, 7 Grand Prix gold medals, and an Olympic silver medal from London 2012. Mohamed Fajani there, the Tunisian referee, looking on, waiting for the technicians to fix the issues. We look at Favaretto's record. Well, she's had a cracking season. Martix, as she's known to her friends. 2 World Cup wins this season in Cairo and in Tbilisi, plus the silver medal that she won at the European Championships. She's also got a bronze medal in her locker at senior level. Really, in her first proper year as a senior fencer and already in the Italian team. That says something, I have to say. Steely focus there on Martina Favaretto's face. She's trying to maintain her concentration. Errigo very much taking this in her stride. You've got to expect there's a little bit of pressure on Errigo. She said way back at the Turin Grand Prix when she was on the verge of giving birth. As we have a look at one of the assistant referees, I think the assistant referee, in fact, for this fight, Rashid Al-Shamli from Kuwait, looking on. As she said back in Turin, and she hadn't even given birth in February, that she'd be back for the World Championships. And I, for one, was quite surprised that she was that confident. But here she is. But with the weight of the world on her shoulders. Olympic qualification, you've got to expect that the Italian team are going to qualify through the team route. And for those of you that don't know about qualification for fencing at the Olympic Games, it starts with the team. They qualify, the top 4 in the world at the Olympic qualifying, end of Olympic qualifying period, qualify for the Games. And with that, 3 members of that team will compete in the individual competition. It's then, there are a few little caveats to this, but it's then essentially the next best team from each zone that fills the 8 teams that go to the Olympic Games. You've got to think Italy are going to be right up there in both the women's and the men's foils, if not across all the disciplines. But Errigo's got to show that she's still able to fight for a team that has probably at least 10, maybe 12 fencers who would look pretty good on an Olympic piste. But the aggressive nature of Errigo does make her, even on her return, a first pick for the team, for Italy, for me. Favaretto, on the other hand, is fighting for her place on that Italian team. And it's twofold for the Italians because only 3 get to compete in the individual. And you can only get 2 medals if you compete in the individual and the team event. So Favaretto wants desperately to be in that top 3. She's done a job here. Martina going out in the quarterfinals means that at the very worst, Favaretto will have the 3rd best Italian result, and it will include a medal. Well, as you can see, the technicians are still at work here, and it looks to me like they're replacing the entire scoring, the main scoring apparatus. Now, if you know your stuff, you'd see that there were actually 2 apparatus there already, so they were prepared for this. There was a fallback, if you like, for them. So it shouldn't take too long from now to get things up and running, but when we get a wide shot, you'll see the white lights appearing on the base of this podium piste. Meanwhile, we get some good shots of, well, that's the tip of a foil. Got to carry 500 grams. You've got to push weight of 500 grams to put the plunger in. The tape is there to earth the blade from the lame jacket of your opponent. If there was no tape there, no light would come up. Well, technicians still hard at work. Weapons tested, looks like we're ready to go. The crowd are up on their feet. Well, maybe not quite ready. The white lights are showing up. Still. Errigo looking a little miffed now. Hey, come on, guys. Get this fixed. You see those white lights that's on the bottom of the piece? That's what's indicating that there's still an issue. And we get a nice look at all the equipment. So the foil is connected to something called a body wire that comes up through the sleeve of the jacket into the socket on the foil just around that silver guard, and then runs through the jacket and out the back and connects to what we call a spool. Back left, bottom left corner, you just saw a shot of that body wire clipped in to that spool, and that then connects to the scoring apparatus. Sport-specific fencing shoes as well. In fact, the left and the right shoe now configured of different material in the right places. Fencers will tend to roll their back foot when they lunge, so you need a little bit of extra protection. So we've gone from looking at the main piste scoring apparatus to now checking the individual fences. So all the connections will be checked into the foil, into the spool connecting to the athlete, at the spool itself, which sits at the end of the piste, and then runs through to that scoring apparatus you saw a little bit earlier on, the technicians playing with it. They are about to test again here, and it looks like we are finally, he says with a little bit of caution, we should be ready to go. Certainly the stadium announcer has said we're ready to go. Here we go. Women's foil semi-final number 1 at the 2023 World Championships back underway. Arianna Errigo of Italy leading her teammate by a single point. So para-riposte from Arianna Errigo sees her advance and score. Favaretto will want to get off the mark as quickly as possible to just ease the nerves. So picking up the blade that time, Favaretto hits on the off-target area, hits on the white part of the jacket, which, well, actually she hit on the mask, which doesn't count as valid target. Another one for Errigo. She came through her quarterfinal within the first 3-minute period. She's just taking a little bit more time here at the beginning of this fight. And obviously, as soon as I say that, she then picks up the speed. So Favaretto getting the right of way there. Errigo just having a little think. Does she call for a video? Each fencer gets 2 video appeals. Did I see a red card pop up there? Seems to have disappeared. So no card given. A red card would mean a point straight to Favaretto. So Favaretto finding the distance to get in a parry, so she had the right way there, but she didn't hit with her riposte. That's the attacking action after you've blocked with your blade. We saw Favaretto doing this earlier on in her quarterfinals against Azuma Sera from Japan. She tried to sort of spoil the attack from Azuma by closing the distance up, and she seems to be doing the same sort of thing here against Errigo, and that is why, because it then starts to put doubt in Errigo's mind and gives her the opportunity to launch the attack. See, Errigo just waiting just a little bit too long and too close, and so the attack comes from the right-hand side. So Errigo switches to coming off the blade. It's actually given us the reprise, the attack, or the remise, the second action. But she's so quick at that, and this time going a bit more direct. It's feinting on the outside and then coming back on the inside. Super sharp, and the change of speed is what gives her that hit. So there's some variety there, and it's still her right of way there, changing this time from inside, going to body with a fake, and then hitting on the outside. Still her right of way because she started the attack. Referee been asked to go and have a look at the video here. So Favaretto thinks that Errigo may have broken her time. We get a look at the replay. There is Al Shamli, the assistant. Good call from Favaretto, given as a simultaneous by the sounds of things. So the score is reduced back down to 7 for Errigo. And just like that, Martina Favaretto has found herself getting right back into this match, all square at 7 apiece. And the delay again from Errigo is what's presented that opportunity to Martina Favaretto. So the little bit of spoiling tactics at the beginning has helped her. And Errigo this time asking for the video appeal. And referee sticking with his decision, Mohamed Fajani. So a little bit more patient now from Errigo on the attack. Picks up the blade this time, but misses, and it's the counter-attack that's given there. Watch, the blade's picked up already by Errigo, and then just goes around the outside of the right-hander, and a lovely little bit of counteraction and body evasion from Martina Favaretto, only for Errigo to level things straight back up again. Now this might be a nice little tactic from Errigo now. I think that was a deliberate fake attack there. Another miss there. Got to keep an eye on that one, Arianna Errigo. That's twice now Favaretto has hit with the counter, and then just look at her right arm. It goes out to the right-hand side, and her body turns to the left, make it very difficult to hit. For the first time in the match, Favaretto finds herself in the lead, and another one of those counter blocks. Can't get that to work a third time in a row. Errigo's too sharp on that and quickly levels up with a nice hit on the shoulder. One of the very few women's foilists who can do that. Lucky one there for Errigo. She didn't have the right of way. Favaretto think about that. There's a block there, or the first attack certainly misses. Bit of blade movement from Errigo before she lands. And now she's established the right of way, but right back in her face, Martina Favaretto. And the line gets given to Errigo as she gets within 2. So she's established that straight arm. That's called the line. And as long as the blade isn't hit, even if you're going backwards, you're going to score as long as you hit your opponent's target. And now the counter block is shown off by Arianna Errigo. Favaretto's done it a few times in the match already. Errigo shows her how it's done with a hit to the shoulder and a block to cart this time, 4-line across the body. Like a windscreen wiper with your blade. And they both go crashing into each other. Big bang on the knee for Errigo. Oh, she took the guard to the knee. That will be painful. So Favaretto deciding to go after this. She has to set it up, though. She can't just come straight out of the blocks like that. Fleck-Lassisse block from Favaretto, but hits on the arm or maybe on the mask. Not part of the valid target area. Oh, lovely little car, turned into a prime riposte, and Arianna Errigo of Italy continues in this tournament. She got a silver last year at the World Championships, and she's in with a shout of, well, minimum of a silver medal, as she is confirmed as the winner of the semi-final. You've got to fancy she's wanting to go one better here and pick up a third world title. Great day for the 21-year-old Martina Favaretto, but in the end, experience won the day as Errigo progresses through to the Women's Foil World Championship final of 2023.